Oh, 5 people watching, 7 likes. Oh, that's big brain. Good morning. Welcome to For Your Morning Coffee. Now, this might be something completely new for a lot of you. We used to do these a lot. When I first started doing these, we used to do them every day, every morning at like 6 or 7 in the morning. And then it was like we'll change it. We'll go to a time a week thing. And I've done 2 this year. So this is the 3rd this year. It's kind of figuring out to be once a month. But good morning. Welcome to For Your Morning Coffee, which is just the name of this little thing that we do, where we just talk about either the channel, the games that we're playing, anything that's on our mind. Usually I reach out to the community and they can ask me a load of questions. And that's what we're going to do today. The main thing today. Waking up. It's raining outside. I roll over. I look at my phone. I open my phone. I go to Twitter, which is a very bad thing to do, so don't do that. Look at Twitter. Someone's posted Gran Turismo update. Gran Turismo update. I'm like, what? What is this? What is this? I look at it. It's not an actual update, but it's a sport mode update preview. Now, this game was made in 2017. I'm guessing September, right? In 3 years, the Gran Turismo Sport developers have not done an update preview. That just goes to show how aware that they are that the game is up shit creek without a paddle, basically. And my God, is this update looking good? We don't know when the update is. Okay, we'll come on to that later on, but it has no release date for the update, which I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But at least we know it's freaking coming. We're going to go through the update right now. We'll talk about bits as they come up, and then we'll talk about some other stuff about Gran Turismo Sport or the channel and answer some questions behind it. So sit down, get a coffee, relax. First of all, before we get into this, I hope everyone's staying safe, cleaning their hands, staying away from people while we, as a planet, as a race, we're going through this crazy virus thing right now. So just make sure you're staying safe. And that's all I ask. Stay in, game, have some fun. And that's it. Right. Good morning, Hunty, Paul, Lays1, RC and Fun, CC Gaming, if you're still there as well, and everyone else. I'm looking over there because my PlayStation camera is over there. I'm using a Logitech one at the top of my laptop right now. Crazy. Anyway, I hope this sounds okay as well. I'm trying not to like overly shout, you know what I mean? People didn't wash their hands before this. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story right now. This is what happens on these as well. We go off on these tangents. I'm sorry to grosses some of you out. It might be TMI. It's not about me. It's about someone who I will remain nameless. Okay? What's up, Revlon Tool, SpawnBlack? What's up, guys? Look at those green names. Okay, here's the story. So as a guy, you go to the toilet, right? This is like nothing to do with Gran Turismo Sport. You go to the toilet. You go to a urinal. Depending on your trousers. Let's say you've got some tracksuit bottoms on, some sport pants, whatever. You pull down. You take out your manhood. And you hold. And you wee. You shake. And then you put it away. That's how guys work at urinals, okay? What's up, Mr. Peterson? That's how guys work at urinals. Until I spoke to someone I know who will remain nameless to save them. You don't know them, just a friend of mine. At the Christmas meal, what's up, Matthew? At the Christmas meal, nice to see you, dude. At Christmas, obviously, for my company. we're drinking, whatever. We go to the toilet. Next to each other in the urinal, we're like kind of drunk, we're like just chatting, whatever. I finished, I go over, I start washing my hands. I turn around and he's just standing there. He's just standing there. I'm like, are you not gonna come and wash your hands right now? He's like, no, I didn't touch it. I'm like, okay. One, whenever you come into a bathroom, you wash your hands. You're opening the door. People like you who haven't washed their hands have touched everything. So you wash your hands when you go in the toilet. Two, you didn't touch it? How do you not touch it? This was his explanation. He comes, he pulls down or whatever, and then he just flops it or rests it just on the boxes, perches it like a little bird, doesn't touch it. He then urinates without control. So I don't know how he does that. Without control. And then he like jiggles, like if this is the top bit, he jiggles this while it's on it, jiggles to drip it. And then he doesn't wash his hands. Is that not the most insane story you've heard today? Is that not? I know it's not Gran Turismo sport related. I don't know how we got onto this topic. I don't know how we got onto this topic either, but whatever. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that people out there do that. If you're one of those people, I don't know what's wrong with you. Need to make my coffee Irish, having too much internet already. I don't blame you, man. Hope his girlfriend ain't kissing that. Wife. You've done the same. I mean, I'm sure we've all done it once, but I don't do it as a regular thing. Anyway. Let's get on to Gran Turismo Sport. There's your weird story for the day. Gran Turismo Sport. Here it is. Sport mode update pre. The following is a list of some changes that will be implemented in sport mode with the next Gran Turismo Sport update. Once again, they do not put a date on it. That is the link that I just put in the description if you want to go look at it yourself while we talk through it. Anyway, first things first. Slipstream. The effect of slipstream will be reduced. Now, this is something that affects qualifying and anything. So you see the reason in those top split lobbies where they all sort of just like squeeze up against each other to make sure that they're in the slipstream. By reducing the slipstream, that kind of won't be as big of an issue. I'm sure that people will still do that to try and gain an advantage, but I don't think, there was I can't remember who did it, but he did a video on Twitter and he said he did like a ridiculous lap. It was like within a 10th of his personal best, but it was still half a second slower than other people in the lobby. So, when slipstream is giving you about half a second to a second advantage in a lap over someone who doesn't happen to have slipstream, that's an issue. So I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy. I mean, good morning, Kenneth, as well. Didn't see that. It's good that they're addressing that, because that's something that they probably didn't care about, but the community has been very vocal about recently. So they do listen. They are listening. Anyway, let's move on. Fuel consumption and tire wear rate for qualifying and final. It will be possible to set fuel consumption and tire wear rates separately in the qualifying time trials and finals of the Gran Turismo Championships. It will be possible to set fuel consumption and tire wear. So when they say, because you can do that in open lobbies, can't you? You can set it differently you can set it differently in open lobbies, but it's the same for both qualifying. So are they going to turn off fuel consumption? So you could see this two ways, right? People will be thinking, oh, they're going to change the amount of fuel that you can put in to a car, right? So that they don't have to fuel burn. You could see it as that. Or you could see it as for qualifying, they just turn off fuel consumption and tire wear. So you have the best possible, so it's like time trial, right? So you have the best possible, I can't remember the word, best possible thing, situation, environment, come on, you know the word, to be able to go as fast as possible. I can't remember the word right now. I think that's what they're going to do. I think for the qualifying, they're just going to turn off fuel consumption and tire wear. I think being able to choose starting fuel amount would be great. Yes, but just turning it off does the exact same thing. You know what I mean? But, you know, being able to choose your starting fuel amount could give you an advantage over someone who, one, doesn't realize that you can do that, or two, just doesn't care, or, you know, whatever. But I mean for an endurance race or something. Yeah, Paul. So if I'm in the Citroen, what is really good at saving fuel, and someone else is in a BMW, maybe I could start my car with less fuel because I know how much fuel I'm going to use in the race. That's probably an idea as well. That would be cool, obviously. I think they'll turn off fuel for qualifying. So do I. I think fuel and tires will be turned off. That's what I'm getting from that anyway. Because it doesn't say, okay, it says it will be possible to set fuel consumption and tire wear rates separately in the qualifying time trials and finals of the FIA Grand Tour. So that says to that the way that it's worded hints to us being able to change it. It will be possible to set. So but does that mean them or does that mean us? Interesting. Up for discussion anyway. Simply fix it. Simple fix, yeah. This is an interesting one. Really freaking interesting, to be honest. BOP, the balance of performance. If you don't know what balance of performance is, it is it's basically they're trying to make every car equal so that one isn't overpowered. Obviously, there are those overpowered cars and blah, 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 but they try to do their best in whether it's raising or lowering the power or making a car heavier or lighter to try and balance it all out. Anyway, balance of performance update. Tire wear adjustments for Group 4 front-wheel drive, so front engine, front-wheel drive FF cars will be adjusted, basically. So the Scirocco, TT, Megane. Are there any other front-wheel drive cars, or is that just the three? Anyway, we know how terrible their front-wheel drive cars are on tires. So tire wear adjustments for that. So that, you know, that makes it really, really good. So they're now competitive, which is really good. This is interesting. Handling adjustments for all Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 cars. Handling adjustments. And Pug, thank you, the Peugeot. How are they going to do that? How are they going to... I don't know. I don't know what needs to... I don't think anything needs to change about the cars. But just that part there, regardless of everything else, just the handling adjustments for Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 cars, that indicates to a big update, right? Big update. Trying to make it easier on pad, do you think? It makes me look like this tooth is about to fall out. It's not. It's just the way that the light is shining on it. His tooth's about to fall out. What's up, Mr. Hutchins? Let's actually look at it. I'll just rank it out later. Group 4 Jag is FF? No. It's FR. FR for sure. And the last one on BOP, fuel consumption rate adjustments for all Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 cars. So I don't know if they're going to like make it an even. What do you think that means? So this is changing on balance of performance. Does so? Are they going to try and make it more even, or are they going to make it more? You know, are they going to make it different? I don't know. Good morning, John. Where do you get your coffee? I think actually Peterson said that he's drinking one out of a For Your Morning coffee that we did a little bit of merch for it. I think it was at 2,000, wasn't it? It was at 2,000 subscribers. A For Your Morning coffee mug. It was amazing. It was amazing. You've been avoiding Jag because you thought it was FF. No, they're just weighty boys. So that's interesting. I don't really know what that means. If I was thinking, it would just be making it more even, basically. But who knows? Does making it more even then take away a little bit more of the meaning behind picking what manufacturer picking? Who knows? Thank you for the 20 likes as well. I know this is different, and probably a lot of you are new to this, but let's see if we can try and do this once a week, maybe on a Monday. I enjoy these things. As a result, the difference in fuel efficiency will be reduced among these vehicle types. This is just sort of like a side note on the balance of performance. As a result, the difference in fuel efficiency will be reduced among these vehicle types. Fuel efficiency will be reduced. So is that making it worse? Is that making it worse? Interesting. Okay, next one. Penalties. Adjustments implemented to improve the penalty judgment algorithm. So most of us thought or knew that the game runs on some kind of algorithm, right? So it basically, let's say I crash into someone, the game tries to figure out who was at fault due to what inputs are going on. So if we were going into a right-hand corner and I go in to the car, it has been seen to be the outside guy's fault because they're turning in to my car when I'm not turning in at all, for example. So it's probably going to be, it should be done on, you know, how fast the car, the input, the acceleration, the brakes, whatever. What's up, Rob? But, you know, adjustments implemented to improve the penalty judgment algorithm. So that's them legit saying we're changing the way that the game thinks about penalties, which is good because it seemed recently that they've just been, like, if you think of a slider and you say down here, no penalties, and then all the way up here is, you know, a 5-second penalty for breathing on someone. It just seems like they've been playing with that slider. So instead of playing with the slider and just turning it up and down, they now just going to go, okay, we need to revamp the whole system. Who knows? Good morning, Jack, as well. Who knows? But, you know, penalties have always been an issue, man. I don't really mind the penalty system right now because it sort of just gives a gentlemanly approach at it. So take, for instance, when we did the Big Willow race yesterday, I went up the inside of someone, I tapped them, and I could have just driven past them, but I sort of just lifted off and just waited for him and kept my place around the outside of him and gave him the inside. I didn't get a penalty. He didn't get a penalty. No one got an SR down. But it was just because I knew that that was a wrong move. I didn't pursue the move any further. So I think having 0 penalties does lead the game to that more honest approach. But the problem with that is that there are just really shit people out there who don't care about respect or honor or anything like that. And that's the problem with online sport, because there's not. And then when you have no penalties, there's nothing. What do you do? You can report them. I was watching a live stream over on Twitch yesterday. I know, it's shocking. That you can report. I didn't even realize that you could report on players. You just go like in the lobby afterwards, you click on their name and then you can report them. I just don't. I didn't even know you could do that. But there you go. There's a report thing. Who knew about that? Not this guy. Not this guy. What's up, Razor Bert? Good day to you, Splodge. Honor on a racetrack. I know, right? Be honorable. The report does nothing. Morning, Adam, as well. If it did, I'd be the only player left. Paul just slamming out reports, which is why we were saying the other day about a report system where you send video footage in. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way to go, okay, yeah, this guy's whatever. Morning, Fontedicus. I don't know. I tried, man. I tried. If the FIA races, why not join a league where you have real people being stewards? Is that me or is that everyone? I mean, everyone does have the time right now, so it's not like people don't have the time to be stewards, but that's a lot of effort. You know what I mean? Nice try. Thank you. So is this update a test bed for the next edition? Yeah, probably. But I think they're doing it. They realized what player base they have right now. So they're trying to make sure that they make this game playable. Because like I said last night, yesterday when we were playing, I am making it a thing to be as positive as possible with this game. Morning, Dutch Racing. I'm trying to be as positive with this game as possible. We'll talk about the disconnects in a minute. I understand it. The world's crazy. But the bugs and stuff like that, that's where I get where I get annoyed with it. And yesterday, it was very tough. 3 disconnects. I think we had 3 disconnects in a row. No, we had 2. We had 3 disconnects total. And then the ABS glitch thrown in there as well. It was very hard to play the game. So I think that's why they're doing this big update, is to make sure that people are still psyched about playing their game. I mean, they got to be idiots if they weren't thinking like that. You know what I mean? Reporting works. There was a total scumbag in FIA. More than half the field was complaining about it. So we all reported him and he got a DR reset. Yeah. I think if enough people report someone, then it sort of flags up something. The ACC charity thing did have live stewards, but contact still happened. I think they're doing this as well because a lot of people have been saying, hey, ACC is coming to PlayStation in June. You need to sort your crap out. You need to sort it out. And they're like, okay, we got to get our heads together and think about this stuff. The top 4 or 5 splits, there should be some sort of live stewarding. It'd be cool if they did the same thing as like iRacing. So like the top splits in iRacing are like featured on the channel. So let's say every Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, the top split, let's just start here. The top split of FIA gets live streamed on the Gran Turismo Sport YouTube channel every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and that's all 5 splits, you know. And they have let's say 14 people were in that lobby and they have a commentator and a steward. I think that'd be really cool. The majority of people can't be, yeah. I think they'll dull it down for PlayStation, though. You know what I mean? In 6 hours stream, Key said he was able to do one race, apart from open lobby. Yeah, it was a 6-hour stream, and he played another game as well for a little bit and stuff. So I get it. But, you know, we did a 3-hour stream and did 3 races. So I get it. I was wondering, should I wait until the new PS5 comes out to get Gran Turismo Sport? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Next thing, manufacturer affiliation contracts. It will be possible to change the selected manufacturer affiliation contract at the start of the new series, beginning Saturday, 25th of April. So obviously, we're just running out this season, and then at the next one, because you know the virus cancelled the World Series for this round of the World Tour, so it's just an exhibition series right now. They are just sort of going, okay, we can start again because all the BOP changes. Let's just hope that they bring in the changes a week before the new, at least a week before the new season starts, and not like a day. People will moan that they won't have enough time to test and pick their manufacturer and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because in addition to this, it says star player status. In addition to those drivers who were awarded the status on 16th of March, so those of you who got SS ranking from stage 1, will also receive star player status for the new series beginning on Saturday as well. So I don't know if you're going to get SS ranks for this current season that we're in, but those of you who had SS from the last one and are now using will get SS again for next season, which I think is cool, because it's like you didn't really get to use your SS, so you can have it. You know what I mean? But there we go. That is it. Thank you for your continued support, and please continue to enjoy Gran Turismo Sport. So, biggest thing is we don't know when it's coming. Obviously, it's coming before the 25th of next month, but who knows when. It usually comes out around the 17th. Am I being mad thinking that? It usually comes out then, doesn't it? Usually. Obviously, biggest things for me, adjustments in penalty algorithm is probably the biggest thing for anyone in this game. And the most interesting part for me is handling adjustments for all Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 cars. That is that's super interesting to me. I freaking love a BOP update. I think that is the key to making the game like turn over. I've said it before. You see like games like Fortnite, Escape from Tarkov, all of those first-person shooters who have, or you know, The Division or Destiny or something like that, where they have these games as a service where they continually develop and change the games to keep it interesting for the consumers. Gran Turismo are trying to do that with like the daily races and FIA seasons and updates with new cars and tracks. But in those FIAs, the core thing is how the cars are, because that's how you decide what car you're going to pick. Them changing the tire wear on the front wheel drive Group 4 cars is going to really change how many people choose VW, Audi, because no one chooses Audi because the TT is so bad in Group 4 and the tire wear is so bad on Group 3. But now that they're changing it, more people are going to go Audi. So that is really interesting. Moving from that, if you want to check out that article I'm reading, the link is in the live chat right now. Go click it, have a little look yourself. The other thing which obviously plagued the FIAs yesterday in the EMEA region was the disconnects. If you're watching my stream yesterday, the disconnects were painful, and I'm sure a couple of you saw Key's reactions to it as well. And if you follow Gran Turismo Sport on Twitter and people who talk about it there, then obviously you saw everyone airing their thoughts on it. But it's a worldwide problem. This is why I said I don't really care about the disconnects, because I think I'm of a mind where I get it. The world is in a crazy place. So many people are at home using the internet. So it's just making it struggle. You know, other games aren't having as big of problems, but I don't really think Gran Turismo Sport is set up for as many people who want to play the game right now. The game is nearly 3 years old. I think we're forgetting that as well. And they've sort of been just getting by on feeding scraps here and there. This whole thing happened, and it's really backed them into a corner, let's say, which is why they're doing this big update to keep people fresh. If you can think bigger than the fact that you can't get into the race you really want to get into, then I implore you to do so. I think there's a lot of people in the world who are in a much worse position than us trying to get into a online video game. So if you can think a little bit more positive and accept the fact that the internet is under a lot of stress right now, I think that would go a long way. But it is things like, well, we can't moan right now about the penalty system or the slipstream or any of that, because they're now saying that they're going to change it. So you can still moan, but it's not really going to change. Something that they need to address is that ABS glitch. I found that really frustrating yesterday. So them fixing little glitches and bugs in the game is like a quality of life thing as well. So I would like to know why the North American server is not crashing during FOAs, but EU, etc., having massive issues. Is the player base that much larger in EU? Yes. Unequivocally, yes. There's so many more. Like, it's Europe. Is it Europe, Middle East, and Africa? Is that what EMEA stands for? So you think of all of those countries rather than just North America and Canada. You know what I mean? Your Virgin was down. I'm assuming you're talking about a network provider and not just a Virgin that you keep at your house, SpawnBlack. My Virgin was going down as soon as 6 p.m. Came around and kept happening all weekend. We'll probably on the same path until this pandemic has died down greatly. I completely agree. I completely agree. So, you know, that's the last thing I'm gonna say on the disconnects. I know it's rough out there, but try and stay positive. That's what we're gonna try and do on the channel. So although I'm still a little bit annoyed at the ABS glitch and everything yesterday, so I'm gonna play some F1 today, but keep your eye out for that. We had a lot of fun on it last time. So also I'm gonna work on the Super Sunday Cup video that we did yesterday. That was freaking sweet. Those videos should be really freaking cool this week as well. Anything else? Sport mode update preview? No. Updates on the wheel. How am I feeling with the wheel? Obviously, we did a little bit of a comparison with time-wise with the controller versus the wheel. I did 2 laps on the controller and beat my fastest lap time on the wheel. So, as in like a one-shot lap speed, we're getting closer. We're within a couple of tenths of the time that I could set on the controller with the wheel, so that's really good. Obviously, we hit 40,000 driver rating with the wheel as well, so that is really cool, and we're just working on that consistency with not making mistakes, basically. So we're getting there with the wheel. I think I'd like to obviously still see how far we can, or how far I can go with it in terms of driver rating, but I just need to make sure that I'm not burning myself out because I want to do this. I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport when I'm not enjoying it as much. You know what I mean? So that's why I need to sort of drip feed a little bit in and out of what games I'm playing. A couple of other things with the channel. I think I'm going to do like an intro video to the channel as well. So you guys and everyone else who's new to the channel, who's coming in and they see that video straight off, know what the channel's about. So right now we have the main channel, Adventure Racing, which is live streams, and then video content creation whenever a good video comes up. In addition to this, we have AR live stream highlights, which is the second channel. Link is in the description of every live stream we do. And I upload a highlight video of the live stream that we just did, like a couple of hours later in the day. Really freaking cool videos because it's all of the best bits of the live stream. And for some reason yesterday, the quality of the stream was very good. It was the best quality I've seen in a live stream of mine for a long time. Internet must have been doing well. And then thirdly, sometimes after the Gran Turismo streams, we head over to Twitch and do some like open lobby stuff. So we've been having some fun in there. Last night, I put on Twitch, I just sat down for a couple of hours. We put on Dirt Rally and no HUD, no nothing, no microphone, no camera, and just sort of sat. We did a little bit of chatting in the comments section, you know, instead of me talking. And it was really, I really enjoyed it because it was it was chilled out. The game looked beautiful. And that was that. So Twitch link is in the description as well. Other than that, Discord is popping as well. Always talking about the game or different things as well. So if you're not in the Discord, link is in the description as well. I know it's always there. You know what I mean? And that is it on Gran Turismo Sport today. Let's just see if we got any questions. Oh gosh, we got a couple. First question, not Gran Turismo Sport related, but we'll answer it because it's Nina. Just one. Can I have your example and understanding and experience and definition of what a dosser is, please? Thanks in advance. Now, my understanding of dosser is someone who, because my dad used to call me it all the time. Dosser to me means someone who could be putting in the work but isn't. You're dossing off. You're not working hard. You're not putting in effort. And then, obviously, my experience of it is my dad calling me that growing up. Thanks, Dad. So there you go. One question down. In Sissy, while in GT or in your Discord, what was the most American thing you have seen or heard in them? I don't know. If your dad called it, it must mean brilliant and handsome and sexy. I mean, I'm not sure I would want my dad to call me sexy, to be honest. Oh, don't know about that one, but I know what you mean. Most American thing in Discord or in Gran Turismo Sport? I don't know. The liveries, or when I've raced in the American servers, are very American. The names are better in the American servers as well. Bertman obviously also says, how do you see the future of Gran Turismo and then sim racing? I think that's a massive question that we could, but I don't think, to be honest, that I'm the best at describing that. I think you have to get a more wider look and answers from people who play other sim races, actual simulation games, iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, R Factor, all that kind of stuff. From I don't know, I think let's just tackle the GT Sport one. I don't think sim racing I can answer, but in terms of Gran Turismo Sport, where do I see it going? I think was the question. The future of Gran Turismo Sport. I think this next update will tell us a lot about their intentions with the game. Obviously, they still want to do the World Series, so they want to make this game as good as they can be. It can be, but I think the people who are saying that it's a testing bed for the next game, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, but I think the next game is going to be completely different. I think they're going to have a bigger focus on the single player stuff, and I think what happen is games are going to move towards this. When you open the game or when you go to buy the game, you have a choice of two things. You can buy the single player, or you can buy the multiplayer, or you can buy them as a package. And I think Gran Turismo, whatever it is, on the next gen, is going to have that feature. You can either buy the single player, or you can buy the multiplayer, or you can buy both. I think that's the thing that it's going to go down. And that's it. And that is pretty much it. 40 minutes. Holy crap. We went over a lot of stuff there, which is freaking awesome. We'll try and do this every week, but obviously if there's nothing to talk about, we won't have anything to talk about. So, or I just find more stories about my friends and how they urinate. But if you didn't listen to the start of the video, that's going to sound very, very weird. They need to fix the DR loss when disconnection. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be freaking nice. Anyway, that's going to be it. We'll be back with some Formula One in, I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes. However, whatever. But thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. This has been For Your Morning Coffee, the place where we talk about shit. Oh, that's a good catchphrase. Just myself. But that's going to be it. Have a good day. Might see you later if YouTube notifies you or not. See ya.